Hi guys, in this video we're going to take a look at how you can replace the battery on the iPhone 7. So on this device here, the battery health is quite low and it needs a service, so we need to replace the battery. So first I'm going to press on the side button, press and hold, and then we're going to switch it off. Next we're going to use a pentalobe screwdrivers and remove the screw at the bottom. So we move the two screws right next to the home button at the bottom. Okay, after that we can use a suction cup and place it on top of the home button, and then we're going to try to pull it out. Now the screen has never been replaced before, so you can see it is quite hard to pull it out. So what we're going to try to do is we try to pry it out on one of this corner. But before we do that, I'm going to use some heat gun. I'm going to use a heat gun and I'm trying to warm it up around the edge here. You can use a hair dryer and kind of like heat it up around the screen here. Don't make it too hot, just warm enough so that the adhesive will loosen up. That will make it easier for you to take off the screen. Now what I have here is a heat pad that I use to warm up my iPhone. But if you don't have a heat pad, you can use a heat gun or a hair dryer. And here we're going to put out gently, lift it up like this way so that we don't break the cables. So you can see there one cable here and one here, so you don't want to break this cable and this cable. Okay, so I'm going to lift it up, and then the first thing we're going to replace, remove this right here, this plate. This plate uses a tri-point, so we're going to use a tri-point or tri-wing screwdrivers and remove the screws. So here it is. So we're going to remove one here. There are 4 of them you need to remove. Okay, now I'm going to remove the plate cover, and we're going to first disconnect the battery. So disconnect the battery first. It's quite important that we disconnect the battery cable before we do anything. And once that is being disconnected, you can also disconnect this flex cable on the LCD. This will allow us to separate the screen. So here we can now remove this plate here so we can separate the LCD or the screen. So here I'm going to remove this metal plate cover. So remove that, and we're going to remove this flex cable. So I'll disconnect it, and that's it. So we have now disconnected. There's one more down here at the bottom we need to disconnect, so we disconnect it as well. Okay, so it is removed. Now we can focus on removing the battery. Now if we go down here, you can see there are 2 black tabs. We need to peel up the black tab so that we can pull out the plastic. So pull up this tab right here, and then we can peel out the tape. Sorry, not the plastic, the tape, the white tape underneath. So we're going to pull this one out. Alright, so first let's peel out this one first, right here. So I'm going to pull up like this. As you can see, I can kind of like pull up, and then as you pull up, it will draw out the tape underneath. I'm just gonna zoom out so you can see. So here I'll pull up this. This can be tedious to do, but if you just pull up, it will come out. And just pull it all the way until there is no more tape left. And keep pulling, and keep pulling until there is none left. Alright, so now we do the same on the other side. We pull up the tape, then pull out. Oops, that's what sometimes can happen when you pull too hard, it will break. So you just get this tool here, and we just pull it out. So we get the tweezer and pick it out, and then we just pull out. So because this is quite old now, so that kind of like break. When that happens, what you want to do is use another tool. Now when that happens, I'm just going to use this and kind of like put underneath and lift up the battery like so. and then we try to see if we can get a hang of that tape underneath. So here I'm going to see if I can put in my tweezer and then get hold of that tape. So I'm just kind of leave it here so you can see how hard it can be to remove that tape. Alright, so I'm just going to lift up again and then try to get that tape out. Right, pull out the tape, and once it is nice and flat like this, then it's easy to pull out. And that's it. So now we have successfully pulled out all the tape. We can now remove the battery, and we're going to replace it with a new battery. So here is a new one. This one here doesn't have a replacement tape, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a double-sided tape. Okay, so here I've got this double tape. I'll put it here and another one here. Alright, and then we're going to get the tweezer and peel out the top layer. And so I'm just going to get the tweezer here, peel out this paper. Hopefully it come off soon. There it is. We peel it off. Then we peel off this one as well. Alright, so we've done that. Now get the battery. We place it in place. Make sure it aligns with this. Okay, so we want to make sure it aligns with that. And then push it in, push it down. And then we're going to put the LCD back in. Okay, so here we put in back the LCD screen. This can be a bit tricky, so just kind of like move around until you get in the right position and then put it in. Okay, so once we got the top cable in, we're going to get this bottom cables in as well. So we'll put it in place, squeeze it in, then we get the other one as well, the digitizer cable. So here we put it in. Okay, so that's in place. Then finally we would put the battery cable in. So we do that last and make sure everything all in place. Okay, so next put back the metal bracket here and put back this metal bracket down here. Now we squeeze it down and we're going to close it with the two screws and we're good. Then just power up your device. And that's it. So that is how you can replace a battery on the iPhone 7.